This is breaking news from News 8.
Our Smart Start begins with breaking news. One man is dead after a shooting overnight on Monroe Avenue and Woodlawn Street in Rochester.
Yeah, police telling us 2 others have been shot, but they are expected to survive. Erica DeCoste is following this tragic incident for us and joins us live from the scene with the latest. Good morning, Erica.
Good morning, Leah. Well, what was once a very active scene about an hour ago has cleared up. Meg Street behind me on Monroe Ave is now opened up again for traffic. Police say they got the call for reports of shots fired around 1 a.m. One man in his 30s pronounced dead. 2 others in their 30s shot as well are expected to survive, police say. Captain Frank Umbrino with Rochester Police spoke about the recent crime uptick in the city. We are at 19 homicides into 2021. We were at 7 a year ago this time. Here's what he had to say.
We're up to, I think, 18 this year. So, you know, we obviously have a limited number of resources. There's a limited number of hours in the day. You know, we can't create more hours in the day, so we can only do what we can do. You know, we have a team of professionals who, you know, put 110% into every case. But again, your most valuable asset is hours in the day, and we can't create more of those.
No suspects are in custody at this time, and police are holding off on identifying the man who died. Mark, Leah.
All right. Thank you so much.
A little context on all this as well. This morning, Rochester police responding to a wave of violence this week. Just yesterday, officers were called to Meade Street in Rochester, where they found 28-year-old Jacob Wims shot multiple times. Wims was pronounced dead at the scene. Police also responding to an uptick in carjackings we've reported, including the one on Buell Road in Gates that left 71-year-old Richard Shasha dead. Rochester police say there have been 19 homicides here in 2021.
Well, always a controversial topic here. President Biden taking action to hopefully curb gun violence. Thursday, the president announcing a set of executive actions as well as legislative proposals on gun control.
Joined now once again by Washington correspondent Anna Wernicke this morning. Anna, good morning. Lots to get to here. First off, is there enough support in the Senate to pass these 2 House bills?
Well, it's going to be very difficult to get any gun measure through the Senate right now because the Senate is 50-50 split between Republicans and Democrats. So that means that any measure that is passed through the Senate, it would need to get 60 votes. And so that means 10 Republicans would have to join Democrats in support of a gun measure. And right now, Republicans are saying that they do not support these 2 bills that the House passed. But still, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says that the Senate will take a vote on those 2 bills when they return back here to Washington.
And what are we expecting as far as other executive actions from the president?
Well, the president said that this is just the first step and he expects more to be done going forward. But he did say that he can't really do much without a congressional cooperation. And he stressed that point. So as much as he says he can do, he is really calling on Congress to take some action.
All right. Thank you very much, Anna, for that report. Now, we have been talking about ghost guns. Those are classified as handmade or self-assembled firearms that don't have serial numbers. The president talking about that.
Right, and that's a big part of what they're talking about in Washington, and we are here locally as well. Let's turn our attention to the forecast with good reason. Once again, James Gilbert, these temperatures at this time of the morning are above our usual daytime highs this time of year.
Yeah, it's crazy to think April seeing numbers like this to kick off the day, but that's where we are right now. Upper 50s for most spots. That's where Dansville is. Rochester 59 degrees with that southerly breeze. Buffalo already at lower 60s, 61 degrees. Hiking forecast. There it is. I do expect us to get back to that 70-degree mark as we get into the afternoon. You see isolated shower on there? Yeah, we could see a couple of light showers later this morning, especially if you're south of Rochester. Most will stay dry, though, as we kick off the weekend, and looking even better as we get into the weekend. Saturday, something to get excited about. Highs back into the upper 70s. Mark, Leah?
Indeed. James, thank you. Time now for another check of our sunrise traffic. A live look over Rochester at this hour. Things flowing nicely along the Douglas-Anthony Bridge. There is a disabled vehicle on 490 East. This is between exits 27 and 28. And then other than that, things running fairly smoothly at this hour of the morning.
East Rochester police responding to a crash on Fairport Road. This was late last night. Crews arrived on the scene around 11 p.m. for reports of people trapped. No injuries have been confirmed at this time. The road was closed for several hours but is reopened this morning.
Around this same time, Rochester firefighters responded to an apartment fire. This was on North Union Street in the city. The word there, no injuries. The cause of that fire is still under investigation. Well, in Texas, one person was killed, 5 others wounded, including a Texas state trooper, after a gunman opened fire at a cabinet manufacturer there. This happened yesterday when officials say 27-year-old Larry Bolin fled the facility in Bryan, Texas. He was later taken into custody. Police say they do not have a motive at this point, but they do believe the shooter was known to the company. It marks the 4th mass shooting in the U.S. over the past 3 weeks.
The 9th day of the murder trial of Derek Chauvin examined what led to George Floyd's death last May. The defense arguing drugs were the main cause of Floyd's death after he was detained. One doctor explains how a knee on George Floyd's neck, combined with other factors, ultimately led to his death. The Minneapolis medical examiner that is expected to take the stand today. We will continue to follow that for you.
All right, let's bring it back to New York now. Time for news from around the state on this Friday morning. New York lawmakers have created a $2.1 billion fund to aid immigrants who lost their jobs or income during the pandemic. Now, those workers were originally excluded from other government relief programs because of their immigration status. As many as 300,000 New York workers could benefit from the program, which is included in the state budget.
Food will still have to be purchased when you order alcohol. That's according to an executive order renewed by Governor Cuomo this week. The rule was put in place last July along with other restrictions aimed at restaurants during the pandemic. The 11 p.m. curfew for all bars and restaurants will also stay in place, according to the governor.
To our Family First segment on this Friday, April is Autism Acceptance Month to raise awareness and encourage inclusion for those living with autism.
Autism is a developmental disability characterized by social and communication challenges. Leaders at the local organization Autism Up say it is not a mental illness. Bad behavior are always associated with cognitive impairment. We spoke with Dr. Susan Hyman from URMC about advancements in treatment.
What we've learned over the past 20 years is there are actually things that families and therapists can do to improve communication, to improve developmental skills, and early intervention, as soon as the diagnosis can be made, can change outcome.
Coming up on Monday, we're talking with Dr. Hyman about the best forms of intervention and support available right here in our area, plus things to look for if you think your child is on the spectrum.
Well, time now for the GRE Morning Business Report. 2 big names in deliveries are looking at launching their own credit cards. The Wall Street Journal reporting Instacart has picked JP Morgan to issue its new card with rewards for frequent shoppers. DoorDash is also said to be considering offers from other major banks to launch its own credit card as well.
You could soon see a dip in gas prices. New federal numbers showing stockpiles of gasoline were unexpectedly higher as refineries ramped up production ahead of summer driving season. That's helped push oil prices down by more than 0.5%.
Some much welcome relief for drivers. Some top colleges seeing record numbers of applicants. The surge in interest in Ivy League colleges has been attributed in part to the coronavirus pandemic. Many institutions eliminated requirements for standardized admission testing. Harvard recently just accepted under 2,000 students. That's about 3% of all of their applicants.
All right, listen to this. A new airline coming to the U.S. Avelo Airlines will serve smaller airports, and fares will start at $19. That's the introductory rate there. First flights will fly from Hollywood Burbank to Phoenix. Later flights will include Colorado, Utah, Montana, Washington, and Oregon. Baggage is extra. Choosing your own seat, that will cost you about $5.
All right, there's always the add-ons, right?
And $19, wow.
I was gonna say, it's like Canandaigua to Rochester.
Right.
All right, let's get a look at what folks might be talking about at the water cooler this morning. Have a look at this. The Masters teeing off yesterday with round 1 at Augusta National, and there was plenty of excitement on the par 3 16th. Watch what happens here. Yep. Wow. Tommy Fleetwood with a hole-in-one. That's how you have a round on the famed course. The Masters continuing today through Sunday. Catch the final 2 rounds, Saturday and Sunday, right here on Channel 8.
That's got to feel good, right?
Well, you see the smile on his face,
yes.
you know?
Awesome.
Never had one. Would love to know the feeling.
You've never had a hole-in-one?
About 6 inches is the closest I've ever been.
What about playing putt-putt?
I've gotten a couple there. Right. That's a separate matter.
Yeah. Still a good feeling, right? You know what else is a really good feeling? It's the weather and the sunshine that we're having. It's nice to open up the windows, get some fresh air, and brighten everything up. Yeah, for sure. I definitely did that last night. Opened up those windows, let that fresh air in, and we're actually seeing a little bit of clearing skies over Lake Ontario, but of course you look south, a couple of very light rain showers that are going to start to work their way through. This is a complete coincidence that I figured I might as well get the golf forecast out as the Masters are teeing off this morning. I think it's a pretty decent day for a round locally. Could see a light rain shower for the morning tee time, but by the afternoon should be fantastic. We've got temperatures in the 50s, warming up into the 60s, and then eventually, yes, the lower 70s yet again this afternoon. I've got your 8-day up queued up for you here. There's your Saturday. Wow, yes, 78. Another very mild day with clearing skies. Warm, it is breezy. Of course, enjoy it because rain showers do move through for the second half of the weekend. I expect scattered rain showers. You know, it is a much needed rain for Sunday. Those temperatures drop there as well in the mid-60s. But around my neighborhood in Fairport, I'm seeing a lot of those piles of mulch starting to build up on driveways. I don't know if you guys have started yet. I'm kind of holding off on the gardening maybe till it gets a little bit warmer.
Yeah. I've picked up the sticks. That's about as far as I've gone.
That's all. And you've been looking at the grass to see is it time to mow it yet, right?
Not time yet.
Not time.
No.
You guys are eager to do that.
I'm going to hold out as long as I can on cutting the grass.
Well, you know, we might get, you know, who knows, another windstorm where we have to pick up some more sticks. I feel like I've been doing that all spring. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Hey, we appreciate it. Our next update in 30 minutes. CBS This Morning is next. Have a great day.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.